Okay, so it's amazing how I can run my mouth and stuff it too. And today, at first, I was thinking because I had made this like okra soup or whatever. I'm not an okra fan, and it just somehow got into my house. I had a house guest, and they liked okra. I had some leftover. Hate to waste food, so I thought, okay, let me try. It turned out pretty good. Well, I didn't feel like soup today because I went to have my tea, which is just some black tea with a little garlic, cinnamon in there, a little ginger. So I wanted to have that. So I didn't really want to have a soup. And so I pretty much made it, but without the broth, right? I put less broth and just kind of like let it get those flavors in there. But also what's funny is I have put pickled onion because I didn't have regular onion, but it didn't affect the taste at all. There's some tomatoes, a little slash of jalapeno. I like spicy food. And what else is in here? We got your rice, some select seasonings, and of course okra. Yeah, it's not bad. See, it's not bad. I made it kind of like a stir fry. You know how you could cheat with rice, or if you don't know how to make rice, because rice and I, we don't always get along. You know, they have that like Uncle Ben's ready-made or whatever, but you gotta be ready to season that up. But that's the way you could cheat. Even with your stir fry. I haven't tried to make like sushi rolls or whatever. Like, it's on the list, but way down there when I get some other skills. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Anyway, I'm talking to you, eating in front of you, okay? You don't even know what's going on. So, for everyone who does, hey, I hope you have your onesie, your fuzzy socks, your cartoon pajamas, whatever it is that makes you comfortable. Your shot of whiskey, your fruity drink, your glass of wine, your coffee, your tea, your Red Bull, whatever it is that gets you going when it's time for you to relax. Go ahead and get that stuff out. This one might not be, okay for the kids to hear though. I can't promise that I'm gonna have my filter on today. It's Saturday. So anyway, and I can't really say what are we gonna be talking about. It's gonna be random. I think I'm gonna finish like answering the questions, and that's just gonna take us a lot of places, okay? Let's see where it goes. But for everyone who's new or you just stumbled upon this, my name is Shay, and this is Shay's Pretty Skinny. Now don't get that mixed up. This is not about being beautiful. There's other channels for that. This is not how to do makeup. There's other channels for that. It's not about doing your hair. There's other channels for that. It's not about fashion, or there's other channels for that. We are purely over here for the conversation. There's no tea over here, no gossip. There's none of that. None of that. It's boring, right? So if you're sitting at home scrolling through your little YouTube or whatever, and you're like, I'm bored, this for you. Because I'm bored, and we're gonna have some good conversation. We're just gonna talk. I want to talk about my feelings, right? But I'm a manager, so I'm asking you to do the same thing when you up over here. Manage your feelings. And what do I mean by that? I always tell people, if something is making you feel some type of way in your soul and it's not feeling good, you know how you go around the corner, you're like, wait a minute, I'm not feeling okay. Sometimes these virtual streets could be like that. And if you start feeling like that on this channel, click off, okay? Don't even subscribe or like. Don't even do it. There's 3 ways that I could see on a video. Some views, whether you liked it or you didn't. And if you want to do that too, I think of it like the original meaning. And if you don't know what that is, look it up. So yeah, those are good. And then subscribing, don't even do that, because once you start subscribing, people get nosy and stuff, and then it's gonna hit that number where I'm gonna be able to go live, and you don't want that. You don't want this mouth just all unleashed like that. You know what I mean? I get to make these videos and edit after. Trust me. You don't want me all willy-nilly out there on this YouTube. So don't subscribe, okay? But anyway, so this is for everyone who's just bored and you should like entertain yourself, or just listen to some shit other than your own thoughts sometimes, right? Or maybe you will be listening to some similar thought from a different perspective, because I'm a different person, right? all day long. Just thank you for your time. Because if you are still watching this, you have spent 5 minutes of your time that you cannot get back. Right now, you need to decide if you want to spend like 40 more. I can't even promise. I don't know. We just talk, okay? But I'm going to say about 40 more minutes. Really, decide if you want to invest that. Okay? Anyway, so yeah, get your stuff together. If you don't have it together, I'll give you a moment to do that. And then we're going to get right into it. Yeah, let's do that. Let's answer some of the rest of these questions in this one video. I was going to do them separate to just talk about some things more in detail. But no. We're just going to get this out of the way, okay? All right. So get your stuff together and let's meet right back here. Okay, look here. I could lie out here in these virtual streets, right? And you wouldn't even know. But transparency is something that I'm working on. So it's really been 5 hours since I cut, okay, for the break to have my dinner. Oh my gosh. And then, just a little, relaxation set in. I don't want to give anybody any new terms to be using, to offend anybody else, but some of y'all know what I'm trying to describe, and it did set in. So I ain't ready, okay? Okay, but I want to give you effort. Still not for the beautiful people, but I want to give you effort. So let me go comb my hair real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, transparency. That's not really where I'm going. Okay, look, my food was so good. You know how they say put a foot in it? Child. I done put an elbow in it. Then ate my food, okay? It was good though. Anyway, be right back. So, as it says in the title, we're going to talk a little bit about some Heaux Tales, motels, and how to get your head right. Okay? So, and a few of the videos that I have put out lately, I've just been alluding to the fact that, the accusations of the lady of the night, okay? If y'all don't know what that means, it basically means exchanging sexual favors for some type of compensation, okay? That's how I define it. I don't want to just say money. I'm going to say for some type of compensation, because some people do it for Bitcoins. I don't even know if that's illegal or legal now, but it was a way around the illegal way. Don't ask me how I know. No, ask me, because I might tell you. Okay. So some people are doing it for Bitcoins. Some people are doing it for Manolos. Some people are doing it for rent. Some people are doing it for their entire lifestyle. Some people are doing it for a hit, some drugs. Some people are doing it to be liked. Anyway, you're doing it to receive something very specific that is beneficial to you. That's what I call who. Some people are doing it for trips. The who's getting flued out, okay? Anyway, so check this out. It's happened to me about 3 times now, but only 2 times has it gotten into my workspace, and only 1 time has it really interfered with any work opportunities or anything like that, right? Like getting big, the police are not sure if you're the lady of the night type big, And I'm not getting any of those funds. I didn't get any of that. So my beef is not the lady of the night. That's not even my beef. Okay, well, whatever. Lots of people images are being used online. Again, I still can't imagine why somebody would want to use my image unless they know me or something, And I had asked my daughter, I'm like, oh my gosh, who hates me so much that they want to get in the way of my livelihood? And it was a rhetorical question. And this is why I love kids, because she just answered and was like, a lot, Mom, a lot. That's not funny. But I'm just saying, That's what I mean by you will get checked, okay, by some young folk. So, I mean, I didn't really have a response for that because it was so true. Like, I could make a list, you know, and I just have to go down the list, like, but then it would be exhausting. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, honey. But anyway, let me tell you. So, one time, um, I'm working for a government agency, and like I'm newly divorced or whatever, newly separated, going through divorce, and I get this decent job, but it's far away from my home. And gas was expensive and everything. So I decided to join a van pool, which worked out pretty decent. Like everyone pretty much got along. We lived in the same general area. It was pretty cool. Well, one day I get off of the van and I'm getting ready to go to my car. And it was a van full of women, first of all, and one male who we committed as the driver because women have too much road rage. Men just be chilling. They get lost, but that's why there's a van full of women. We have the directions. We just need him to drive. Um, um, so yeah, I'm like going to my car. He's like, "Can I speak to you for a minute?" Sure, no problem. And so he like has his paper folded up or whatever, and he wants to show me something. And so he opens up the paper and he's like, "Is this you?" And it's some very compromising images. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like, where'd you get that?" And he was like, "I saw this online." And I'm like, "Online?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "You're lying." He's like, "I'm not lying." What was it called? Yahoo People or something like that. I don't know. I guess there was like some kind of section like where people would hook up or date, like a Plenty of Fish type of thing before Plenty of Fish. I don't know. That's how I understood it at the time. I never was on the platform or whatever. However, those images were posted by someone that I used to be in a, if you want to call it, relationship with, right? Like I was dating. And they took those images and they posted them online, right? So I knew exactly where they came from. So I called that person. I'm like, "Yo, like, you got pictures of me online?" And you know what this fool said? And I was young. Like, I didn't think about, and I don't even think maybe those laws were like solidified and really understood then about like revenge porn and all that stuff. Posting images against someone's will and permission. Um, I think I was 23 or 24 then. Um, yeah, so I call that person and they admit to posting the pictures. "Oh, I forgot I did that. Ha ha ha, whatever, whatever. I'm going to take them down." Now, I never really went to check to see if they took them down. And the person who had found them in the first place, um, oh my gosh, I just realized that I probably said some details that identified someone, but only the 10 of us know, so whatever. Um, Whoever was in the van pool, only we know. Um, yeah, so that was the first time. And then I kind of was embarrassed that night thinking like, who else saw this? And like, did he show those things to other people? Because that's how guys are. It doesn't even matter what age they are. If you send somebody some kind of nude, they're going to show at least one other person, especially once y'all break up. Or if they think that you're attractive and then they don't want you to move on to the next person, then they're going to do something with those images. Or these days, men are over here on their Alcina, on their kissing tails. Okay, I call it the Alcina. Okay, up in your feelings, not managing, boo boo. You gotta know what you're getting into. Okay, but anyway, I digress. But these days, men's are on their they're on their Alcina. So you ready to move on, but they're not. They just want to hurt you and embarrass you or whatnot. Kind of how women slash tires and pop up on people. Men do the same thing, just in a different way. That's what that revenge porn is. Somebody in their feelings busting the windows out your car, except they want to show these naked images and try to make it look like you a who. Okay, a who. Okay, when in reality they just mad because you're not they who no more. Okay, that's why they mad. Oh, we doing everything but keeping it cute over here. Okay, so I told you I was trying to ease you up in there, but right now this topic is gonna get candid. So that was the first time, right? And I never really thought too much about it. I still haven't asked that person, hey, did you ever look? And it was, I don't know, it just became a non-issue after that, right? So, that was that time. I had another time that that was happening online. Okay, but I couldn't like find any evidence, so I wasn't sure. Like people were just saying that because it was also around the time that I just started posting more images of myself, and I had gone out to I wanted to do like a boudoir, like a it's not sexy, but I wanted something artistic, right? There's something I was putting together, so it needed to be artistic. So I wanted somebody who's up and coming, but like had good images already, but knew how to shoot, colored gals. Because what I needed, like the light has to hit correctly and all that. And I'm not well versed with that. So I needed a photographer who understood light, not just me with my ideas. I knew what I wanted to do. I just didn't know the technicality of getting there. So I was seeking a photographer to do that, and in a certain area because I was going to be moving to that area. So I find a photographer that I think I want to work with, right? And I don't have problems like with my body. It's not perfect or nothing like that. It has all these things wrong with it or whatever, right? If we're talking about socially, like the way the media presents a body and beauty, oh yeah, we're so not there. We're never gonna get there, okay? I don't even have an aspiration to be there, okay? But definitely, I don't have anything like that. But I don't see the body as a problem, right? I know that we're supposed to be ashamed. It's so funny to me the way we think of things because say I post a picture, right, and I have on my Victoria's Secret bra and underwear set. That's so risque. It's so racy, and oh my God, I can't believe you would do that. Excuse me, you're a mom. But if I'm at the pool and I post a picture in my two-piece bathing suit, then oh, we are on the R&R. Girl, look at you on vacation. Both of them are exposing the same thing, right? If I'm in a two-piece, my bra and panty, it's exposing the same thing. Why is one considered risque and the other okay? The same amount of my body is being exposed, just allegedly in a different setting. You know why it's a problem? Because when people think about lingerie, they think about sex. And not everyone going to the pool is thinking about sex, okay? But generally, when you think about the pool, you think about family time, summer picnics, the beach, running around. But when you think about Victoria's Secret, there's different images in your mind. You see what I mean? So essentially, that's what's wrong. The image in your mind. You thought that get your head right was going to be on that Corinne Steffens type, huh? No, no, no. See, that's what I mean by same thing but different. We both getting your head right, just in a different way. You're going to have to go over there and get that book or, watch a couple of interviews with her if you're looking for that other thing. Okay? Anyway, I digress. Okay, so then we come to the third time, which is this time. But this time there's like all these weird things happening, like police cars showing up everywhere I work, contact cards being shown to me, like, and what's funny is people think they're being all sneaky or whatever, but I'm a very good reader, like, of energy, like where somebody's coming from. And even though I will tell people that, like, yo, I know if you're lying or not by how you speak to me, like, it's not what you're saying, it's what you're doing. And be like, oh, okay. And then they'll go ahead and lie right to your face and do the one thing that you just told them they were. You know what just hit my mind right now? And I didn't want to go there. But remember in the Bible when Jesus was telling these fools, look, you right here, you gonna deny me 3 times. And it's cool, I still love you. You my peoples, okay? Because I need that to happen anyway. And I know you gonna carry that through because the love that you have for me, you not gonna let me down. So I just want you to know right now that when you do that, it's okay. I still got love for you and we need that to happen. And he told, I never do that. So if we walk out the room, I don't know him. Boom, boom, boom. The 3 times came so quick. Boom, boom, boom. Right? So people, I mean, that's just how it is. So I will sit there and talk in the reverse psychology. Like, oh, I love being in a group of women who are secure with themselves. But in actuality, I know that it's different. How do I know it's different? By the questions that they're asking me and how they talk about themselves. They talk down about themselves in comparison to you. Ooh, that's something I cannot stand. I'm gonna tell you right away. And at first, I didn't say anything to people, but now, get out of my face with that. You cannot stand in my face and talk down about yourself, especially in comparison to me. If you don't get out of here, and let me tell you what I mean by that, okay? I'm standing talking to a lady or whatever, and I was in my sport bra and some workout pants, some yoga pants, because I was doing something, I was painting or something. And we're talking or whatever, and that's the comments like, oh, I'm trying to get like you. What? Arthritic? People have no idea, right? So, because my hair is super crazy, and I live in a town like, just people get to know you. So people think you're working out to like show off or to keep a body. No, boo boo. If I don't work out, like I don't get to live my life. I don't get to do my daily activities. Like I don't get to get up and cook my breakfast, have my coffee, and watch a little show before I go or whatever it is you do in the morning. Like if I don't do those exercises, I'm gonna be stuck in my bed like, and I'm not making fun, like I really mean that, with the type of arthritis, right? It's debilitating, right? So if I don't move my body, it just gets worse. It gets worse. So there's a level of movement that I need to maintain in order to manage the pain, right? That comes with that whole little chronic thing. And now I got that down. Like I might be at I had a physical job or whatever, but the physical work and the movements that are happening are not what's needed for my situation. So I still have to do my cardio and everything. And sometimes to get through those jobs, I actually have to like take a little cardio walk, a little brisk walk, keep everything pumping and flowing, okay. But people think you're like showing off. Nah, I'm trying to survive. Which brings me to the next thing. See, that's why I don't free talk. But look, real quick, that's another video though about losing weight. It was the hardest thing to deal with people because I was losing weight because I was sick and no one knew what was going on. And when I say no one, not my family, because I didn't tell everybody. I'm talking about the doctor, the specialist they were sending me to. No one knew why it was happening to me, how to fix it. We kept running through medications, and then they started treating me like I was a drug addict, because I'd be like you're giving me gabapentin for pain, but it's not doing anything for my pain. Why am I taking gabapentin? You know? It'd be like that, but then they'd be treating you like you're trying to get pain meds or whatever. And I do get that. But also, that experience took me to a different perspective on pain management. Anyway, different video, different time. But I'm just saying, digress. So this time, that's coming up to my door, and I am thinking that, like, who wants to do that? And it completely ruins an opportunity. Now, there's a whole lot of details involved with it, but it's the fact that I have some interesting police activity, to the point, like, we've had face-to-face contact, but it was just interesting how it happened. And of course, I'm talking a certain way, but the answers that they're giving are not appropriate. And how they're outfitted was not appropriate for the type of stop they announced to me. And there was a lot of them. So then I'm thinking, oh, and one time I was somewhere with someone and we were just like hanging out, chilling, talking or whatever. And like at one point in the conversation, they just like grabbed my hand and they looked at it like they grabbed it like they were looking for something, right? And I was just like, well, that was weird. But then I didn't think anything of it until somebody accused me of being a lady of the night and said they don't want to work with me, right? And I was like, cool beans. Now, what sucked about that is because I had a lot of young people on the bill with me. Like, this was gonna be their moment to shine. And I challenge you in this video, if you watch this video, if you have a platform, any size platform, if you own a business, ask a young person, right? If you were me for the day, what would you do? Like, what would you change? Just ask them and see what they say. And then if you use any of the ideas, compensate them in some way. Give them credit, advertisement, money, compensate them in some way. But I promise you, you're going to get a banging idea from a young person. Their perspective is just different. And the way things are going now, young people are making their own money. They own businesses. You need to start paying attention to what they're saying. People think these young people are here. Again, I digress. Anyway, but that's what bothered me. It was because I had some young people on the bill, and so then I had to go back and contact them. And I'm thinking, well, do I tell them what happened or should I keep that to myself? So it took me a long time. But then my phone ended up being borrowed, and I'm waiting for it to return. But yeah, so then it was like, then I couldn't contact them. So then the only thing I could do was do this here online. So what do I think about that? I don't know. It's a little bit annoying, right? Annoying because this person is making tons of money. And then I'm thinking, well, what kind of person are you? Are you greedy and you're spending all this money on yourself? Like, did you invest in anything? Did you give back to the community? Like, if you want to pretend to be me, pretend to be the whole me. The whole me. If I was a lady of the night and I was stacking dollars like that, oh, you best believe I'm gonna be like the who could I say? The Frank Lucas type, right? Like, I'm gonna make my money, but I'm gonna put it right back into the community. Well, that's what I think about drug dealers. They're taking a lot from the community, but they don't put nothing back in there, and they have the money to do it because they took all of yours. But anyway, I digress. With whodom, maybe people don't feel like they're taking anything from anybody. I got a whole little situation on that. Hold'em is not like, that's not something that bothers me. I think whatever you want to do, if that's something you want to do with your body, because women actually do it all the time, even though they don't want to admit it. Like, some women not gonna go out with you unless you have a bag, like unless you have money. Now, why would that be the case? Because they intend on getting their hands on some of it, okay? Because why would it matter if you didn't think that? And some of those resources, would flow your way. So, yes, there are some women who only date men with money because they only want to have certain experiences, right? And so they don't mind sleeping with them because they were going to sleep with somebody anyway, right? Might as well do it for a bag. Might as well do it for the Manolos. Might as well do it. What is it? The Balenciaga. Might as well do it for the Tesla. Might as well do it for the loft in New York. Might as well, because I was going to do it to go to Chili's with the men that I love. But since every man shit on me, now I'm going to do it for the bag. I'm telling you, ask me how I know. Ask me right now, because I'll tell you how I know. I've had a few hold'em friends, okay? Ain't nothing wrong with it. Do what you want to do. And my hold'em friends, it was their choice. They were not being trafficked, because those things I don't condone. They were not being trafficked. They literally decided, I like being with people, and there's a way that I can also have a life experience that I desire for myself. So I'm only going to do that with people who can provide that life experience for me. Yes. Okay? And I say more power to you. Now, for me, though, it's not a bad way to rock, right? Because if you out here, handling your business anyway, it's just like a little residual perk. You know how you go to Victoria's Secret and you get what you're just going to get anyway, but they have a little gift bag. Because, you spent the $100 or whatever. You was going to spend it anyway, but that was a little gift bag on the side. And you're like, okay. You don't say no, do you? No, you're like, oh, thank you. You don't be like, oh, no, I just came for what I normally get. No, you're like, okay, thank you. Thank you for the little bag. Same thing. Same thing. Same thing. So, a lady who says, "No, thank you. I do not want the Manolos. I do not want the plane ticket. I do not," the lady who says that, "I do not want the dinner. Thank you so much." What you can do though is cash me outside. Okay. What you can do is take the value of that ticket, the value of those Manolos, the value of that trip, okay? And you could just cash me out. And then I'll decide what I want to do with that. Because, like, maybe I'm going to school. I don't know. You know, maybe I'm trying to save for a business. I don't know. Or why don't we ask for that kind of stuff? Like, why we ask for Manolos? Sidebar. I'm stupid like that. Why we ask for that? I ain't asking for that. I want a building. So if I was hoteling, moteling, you baby, okay, I'll be out here trumped up, okay? Real estate mogul up in this beach, okay? That's how I would do mine. I'm looking, what was that on Girlfriends? Okay, boning for zoning. That was Tony. Okay, she's not a fool. Boning for zoning. Like, why am I out here for shoes? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. So that's not for me. People ask me about that business, and I always tell them, that's not for people who want to be loved or are trying to be loved. And I know some people who not trying to be loved. They do not care. They don't. That's not the connection that they have with sex at all. And some of them, it's due to traumatic experiences in their life. And some of them, that's just how they're built. But if you're not built for that, don't try it, boo-boo. Because you're going to end up catching some feelings and getting them hurt. So yeah, this time I'm big timing. And I got to take some time to figure out what image could be used. Now, you know why I'm taking my time? Because what's gonna really flip my script is if I look and I see these images and they're images that I know. Okay, why? Because every image that I've ever taken, I know where it went. Which means that then it would be done by individuals that I know. So that's the interesting part. But it is time to get to investigating because I am tired of these Heaux Tales getting away in the way. You know what I mean? Like, for what? And I'm not ashamed. If I were, it's not a big deal. But due to traumatic experiences and the fact that almost every day of my freaking life, when I started maturing as a lady, old men, young men, boys my age, like every day of my life, I was propositioned, comments made about my body. And I just think that when somebody pays for something, they're paying for a service, right? And it's not different in that game. It's a service. Like, think about renting a car. Have you ever rented a car and treated it like your own? Mm-hmm. So, while some people are just like, oh, I do what his wife doesn't do. You the rental car. Okay? You the rental car. His wife or her husband is the car that they adore at home. They don't want to put too many miles on it. They don't want to drive it all crazy. They don't want it going over all kinds of terrain, knocking it out of alignment. But the rental car, oh, I could put my foot in that. You know what I'm saying? At least that's how I think of it. So when somebody's paying for something, there's a level of service you have to provide. And that's not the type of customer service I'm going to be good at. Like, I'm like, I don't like that. No, not that. So I wouldn't be able to provide the level of customer service that's needed for the business because there's a whole bunch of stuff that I ain't with it. We ain't connected. I'm not feeling you, all of that, right? And none of that matters when somebody's making a payment for a service. So, like, he not gonna bring the candles and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he not gonna do all that. Cause you a rental car. He just trying to, beat it up. Literally. Like, sometimes, literally, there have been ladies who have been hurt, like, punched in their face because they're people. And they felt like if they paid you, like, you're a human doll. Like, you have warm blood. So that business is not for me. not for me at all. And you could have like the nicest looking guy, you know, in his whole little what used to be proper Armani suit and everything like that. He would treat you like a dog. Y'all heard of 50 Shades of Grey? I didn't see it, but I get the feeling that I saw a movie like that, like on Showtime or HBO or something. So when I heard about it, it was just like, oh, I saw a concept like that already. But yeah, if it's what I'm thinking it is, 50 Shades of Grey, okay. So maybe there are 50 shades. Let me stop. I was about to say, maybe there are 50 Shades of Shay out there, but there's really only one me. Imitated, never duplicated. No, I'm just playing. I'm just talking shit now. But no, really, like, I guess it could be hurtful or whatever. But yeah, my rise is not on the Kardashian plan. Like, I don't think my video would be all that great, you know? So obviously this person has like a really nice something going on, or their skill level is like amazing, right? Which, clap it up. Clap it up for them. But the fact that you didn't shoot me none of that dough, like, how could you? How could you? How could you? Like, you should have offered me a partnership, but you didn't, you know? So now we have to come out of the streets and take it to the precinct, okay? Take it to the precinct. But yeah, so that's what's going on. Apparently, I'm a lady of the night somewhere, somehow. And so I just thought, like, this is my least, I'm not gonna lie to you, this is my least favorite look. This is gonna be the fourth time that I cut my hair off. And I cut my hair off this time because I needed to, like, look, my edges or whatever. But already it's been, what, 12 days? 12 days. No, 13 days. 13 days. And already the back grew out. Already I need to cut it again. And I had cut this like almost bald. So I think this is the cut. And so now I could go to a professional and be like, yeah, make this better. I'm always like that. I know what I want, but I don't know what it's called. So then I'll just go ahead and jock it up at home. And then I'll go to the stylist house and fix it. I don't like nobody doing my hair. Like, my mom went to cosmetology school just to do my hair. What happened with that? Well, I was in college doing my thing, thinking I'm grown and everything. You know, I'm going to go get my hair done. And I have really, like, I had grown my hair really long, and my hair doesn't, well, it didn't break off that much, right? People say that, oh, my hair doesn't grow. Everybody's hair grows, okay? Just either you're not taking care of it, so it's breaking off. It's just not long, okay? You need to work with the breakage. But, yeah, so I've always had long hair. I just lost my thought. Yeah, this is my least favorite look. Shoot. Okay, so I go to get my hair, and I love perms, having my hair straightened. My mom first straightened my hair by pressing comb or hot comb. I think I was in the 3rd grade, and I never wanted my hair not straightened again. Like, I thought I was the ish for sure. I had really long hair, but yeah, so I had already had a perm, right? And as I knew it, I just needed to get the edge touched up. Well, when I went, because I guess it was my first time going to this guy, he gives me a virgin perm. Like, he puts the perm all over my hair. And I'm crying because I know that my hair is about to fall out, because I don't need that. Like, I just came here for a touch up. What are you doing? So I went crying to my mom, and yeah, things was just crazy. So then I went from past the shoulder to at the shoulder. Okay. Another time I was getting a weave. I started getting weaves when I was like 26. My cousin weaved my hair for me for the first time, and I loved it because I didn't have to comb my hair. So I started getting weaves, right? Went to a lady, her and her partner were beefing or whatever, and so they had split up. But I don't know that. I'm just a customer. So now the person who normally weaves my hair, she's not there. And she was the co-owner, right? Now the other co-owner doesn't tell me that the lady doesn't work there anymore, right? But she lets me know that this person's available, blah, blah, blah. Because I had an appointment, but nobody let me know what's going on. The right thing to do would have been for her to direct me to that person, her number to contact her so I could reschedule, do what I need to do. But no, she gave me to someone who actually didn't even know what they were doing. And she actually sewed my scalp. Like when I had gone home that day, like I had such a bad headache and I had taken all kind of medicine, but it still wasn't letting up. So finally I'm like, man, take this out. So my mom starts taking the weave out, and that's when she sees like it's bleeding and everything. She's like, yo, she sewed your scalp. Right? I still didn't sue that lady or anything like that. What was that? Envy Hair in Victorville. I didn't sue anybody or anything like that. Um, I ended up going to the new Envy, to the other owner or whatnot. But yeah, and I still have a bald spot in the top. Like, if someone's doing my hair, there's no hair there. Like, yeah. So, no, I don't just go to a stylist. I don't like everybody just doing my hair. I would rather look like a fool and did it myself for much cheaper than look like a fool and I paid somebody top notch to do it. Because sometimes that happens. I'm going to tell y'all, ladies, sometimes you looking so good out here. So good. And there's these other type of people, they are not with it. They don't support you looking good and feeling good about yourself. You know, maybe you got a nice grade of hair or whatever. I don't know what's going on with that. Again, we slight ourselves way too much, okay? But somebody will like cut your hair sideways or like, just mess up your hair on purpose and you paid them. I'm not here for it. So, yep, I cut my own hair and I figured I could get away with it because I'm just going to throw the water on it and it'll curl up or whatever. So, whatever imperfections are there, you could just pat it, pick it out. Yeah, whatever. Again, all that really matters is that I get ready for the day. Because this mug right here, this part don't change. It's the same. It's the same. And I'm going to take this moment to say, you want to lighten up your skin or whatever, to each their own. But try going a lighter hair color. I noticed that when I did that, I went like a honey blonde, like a gingerish blonde. It's a nice color on black though, let me tell you. When I did that, it was nice. And then someone asked me, hey, you ever tried a white wig? And I'm like, nah, that ain't for me. My skin's too dark for that. And it was like, try it. I tried it. I loved it. I will be going back to that. I almost went bleach blonde with this, but it's just too much. It's too much attention. So at this time, I need to figure out what's going on with the hotel, okay? I have to figure out what's going on with that, and we're back to the shenanigans though, okay? Okay. But yeah, you see that hoe out in these streets, let me know. Until next time, y'all.